Hello everyone, and welcome to the SaturdayMP show, episode number 7, recorded on July 17th, 2023. My name is Chris, and I'll be your host today. And today we're going to try and add a system or integration test for the standard Ruby linter. So if you haven't been watching the last couple episodes, we've been working on the standard Ruby linter project. This guy here, which is just a great linter that I like to use when I work on Ruby projects. And linter just kind of helps format the code and kind of tells you where you might have potential typos or formatting errors, stuff like that. And I really like the standard Ruby linter over Rubocop because it has a bunch of really nice built-in defaults. Oh, pardon me. It has a really bunch of nice built-in defaults. Where Rubocop is very strict and it's really hard to write a real application using Rubocop's default rules. The standard one just has a bunch of rules that I agree with, and it's kind of based on the idea that you just kind of use the rules here, and they're really what's the right word? So you don't have to fight with other developers over like how should things be formatted. You just use the standard Ruby linter and it'll tell you how your code should be formatted in general. If you really don't like it, you can make some changes to it. But like I said, I really agree with the defaults that standard has. Yeah, and I guess the bike shedding. So you can read about bike shedding here. It's just, I think this is where they're talking about, you're basically like, what color should the bike shed be? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of irrelevant what color the bike shed is, but people just spend so much time debating about it, waste so much time. And it's kind of the same thing with how you format your code, like 2 spaces, 4 spaces, what should be indented, what shouldn't. Just find something like standard or Rubocop or whatever you agree with and just set it up and just use it, and your life will be a lot easier. All right. Anyway, I guess it's the end of my little rant there. So yeah, if before I go any further too, if you do have any questions or feedback about the episodes that I'm doing here, you can send an email to ask@SaturdayMP.com, SaturdayMP.com. I'd be much appreciated if you would give me some feedback or let me know what you think. Or you can just leave a comment in this YouTube video down below. That would be great too. All right, so let's jump into this. All right, so what am I thinking? Okay, actually, there's 2 other things I was going to do first before I went in here and added this test here. So I guess too, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this would be more like a way of adding integration tests. There's also live coding, so you're going to watch me fumble around. It's not like this is like a highly edited or produced video. So if you're looking for something like that, there's be lots of other ones out there about how to add like a system test to an existing project. But if you're interested to see how a developer actually works, it's not like 10 minutes and a test is instantly written. This would be the video for you. And and I think hopefully if watching this, you will learn how to add a system test to a Ruby project. And then I guess the other thing is, I think I just kind of realized this now. I think it would be great if we could put all these videos together and almost like how to do a pull request, because eventually we'll add this as a pull request, because the bug I'm fixing is under the issues here. Yeah, this one here. So this is the bug I'm slowly working on, so if you want to read about it, it's here. But yeah, and hopefully this will end with a pull request that gets accepted and makes it into the standard project. That would be fantastic. All right, okay, but first, so last time I added some more like unit tests to test the changes that I did. And all the changes I did are in this. Basically, this is it's going to be one of those, like it's going to be several hours just to do a couple line change. So there's the change that I made. that we're basically checking if we're passing in the generate to-do command line argument. And if we are, then don't bother to load the old to-do file, because when we generate the new to-do file, we don't want to ignore any existing rules. We want all the errors that standard generates to be present. So that was the fix. So what am I looking for here? Oh yeah, there was two things I was going to fix. One was right here. So in a previous video, like GitHub Copilot actually generated this check, and I actually had to go look up what in Ruby, because I couldn't remember what a single ampersand is. And it's actually an intersection operator. So it's checking this array and only returning the items that are the same. And I was thinking about that, like as I was watching the old videos and thinking of, before I posted them on YouTube and thinking about it, that's kind of confusing. Like if I had to look that up, probably other people are going to be confused too. So I'm thinking that I'm going to change this to Ruby should have like an array. Like if I just did this, I think this would be a lot simpler to do. So I think that's what I'm going to do a change. I'm pretty sure Ruby's going to have a contained. Oh, I got two equal signs there. Nope, don't want that. Or not two equal signs, two double quotes. Okay, there we go. We don't need this empty. Get rid of a bunch of this. Alright, so if argv contains this to do, let's skip it. So the nice thing is we already have a test for this, so we can just run our tests again and make sure they pass. Okay, actually, let's go here. Do we have? Oh, okay, this is empty, this test, so we'll just leave that commented out. All right, we'll run our test now, and we'll make sure that this change here still works. Because where is that test here? Yeah. Yeah, so we have that test here. No. Yeah, this guy here. Yeah. Oh, got an error somewhere. Undefined method. Okay, so an array doesn't have. Okay, so I have to look. Let's see. Check if item exists in array in Ruby. So it doesn't have contains. What does it have? Include? Oh, I'm surprised it doesn't have a contains. Huh. I guess we could do any as well. I guess it's an enumerable. Let's see. What does enumerable have? Any. Oh, it has to be a block. That's all. We don't really want to write a block for that. Find. Oh, where's the include? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I guess include's probably the nicest. That's pretty obvious what's going on there. Actually, well, the other thing, let's check too. Let's see how. So this loads YAML, actually does some parsing of it. How do they parse the command line arguments? Oh, no, it must not be that one. It's, oh, the merge settings does it, sorry. Oh yeah, they use the include here. So then we're nice and consistent with. Oh, I guess they do both. Oh, they're kind of. Oh man, they're doing this. So they're using this here. Maybe I'm the only one who doesn't understand how. But that just reads a lot easier to me, like include. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it as includes anyway. Dot includes. Oh, is it a question mark includes? Yes, question mark. Yeah, like that's pretty obvious what's going on there. Oh, include. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. Just so I try to make your code as obvious as possible. It's kind of it was kind of fun to learn about that trick for the intersection operator, but I don't know what you're gaining. I like it's this would be easier. If someone doesn't understand Ruby or they're just quickly glancing at this, this makes a lot of sense. Oh, does this include generate to do? Yes, done. Okay. So I'll make sure that passes. And then the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to clean up this test a bit and then maybe even decide if I want to keep it. Oh, wait, did something fail? Oh, I did this backwards. I want it to be not includes. So let's see. That's what I want. So, oh, no. You did both. I didn't want that. All right. So I want the unless there. There, that should fix it. Okay, so I kind of see the benefit of tests there, right? So I did a typo there, and the test caught it real quick before I had to do any manual testing. Okay, let those run. And yeah, because the other thing I was going to fix, hopefully this time it'll pass. This test here, I'm calling generate to do. And I want to make sure that the to-do ignore files are not loaded. But if I go look at the defaults at the top here, they are already loaded. Or it's already not loaded, like I don't need to do any of that merge. So I think I can clean that test up a little bit by like what am I really testing for? I'm really just testing to make sure that these weren't loaded. So it's really the default options. It's all I'm really testing for. So I don't even need all this merging stuff. I can just, I think this would work. If those two are equal, we should be good. So, we don't need to run the test equals. I just want to run the one test standard. Yeah, it's just right under standard. Okay. Builds. Config. Tests. I think that's, if I remember correctly, I had to look up too how to run just one test using or one file. Okay, so it looks like it's all right. So it looks good. And then just to make sure changing my test didn't break anything, let's comment this out. Oh, good. Sorry about that little pause there because my computer's running really slow. So hopefully I fixed it up here. Okay. Oh man, it still seems pretty slow. What is going on here? Well, let's see. See if it gets real bad. Maybe I'll have to pause it again. All right, so we're back. We're going to just make sure that, whoops. That all of this to do path equals. Okay, now if we run the tests again, nope, I don't want to run them all. Rake test equals. So there's a test standard build config test. All right, so this should fail, assuming I didn't break anything in this test here. Okay, well, there's an F. That's good. Right, yeah. Okay, so the to-do file should be nil, and the ignore file should be nil, but they were both in there. Okay, perfect. So there, cleaned up. We did a little bit of refactoring of our own code there before we committed it. Guess one of the benefits of me watching my own video there. Wow, this is really slow. Okay, I'm just going to try closing this here. There, see if that cleans anything up. So refreshing, yeah, do all your refreshing there. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, so that's all cleaned up. Let's just make sure everything passes. Just make sure all these other, we don't have any other Docker containers running. Huh. Oh, there. That's a. Why is there so many running? Okay, hopefully. Alright, we'll just run all the tests to make sure we didn't break anything, and then we can commit this change to. Okay, well, that's running. Let's do this. A little dancing, cracking guy there. All right. So I'm going to assume that's going to pass for now. So what did we change here? We want this and this, but we don't want this guy. Yeah. Okay. So we'll take these two that we just refactored. Sure. Let's see what the AI ChatGPT factor to do, file loading logic, and update test. Related test. Factor the code to use. Refactor. Whoops. I don't know. Remove. What did we technically do? We removed. Yeah, like we got rid of this. Unneeded test assert. What do you have? You have your expected and your what are they calls? Do you think so? If I'm looking at this, expected and actual. Okay. Unneeded expected value setup. Sure. Okay. Cool. So hopefully someone reviewing this, like if they're reviewing it, they can go in and they can kind of see the changes that we did. Like where we fixed the bug, we removed, we done a test, we added a new test, we did some refactoring. And now we're going to add. All right, now we're going to add our test here. So let's do that. So in our case here, we want to, I think we're going to add two tests. We're going to add this initial test just to generate the to-do without anything. And then we'll add a test that for when there's already an existing to-do. All right, so let's just see if GitHub Options will, or GitHub Copilot. So it's suggesting here, it's probably, this is code that's similar to what it's seen. Like that looks similar to this stuff, right? So we're basically removing everything from the temp folder, removing the directory, creating a directory. We're copying in, let's see, so that's fixture, CLI, generate to do bad. We could probably just use one of these existing ones. And then it's copying a subject. What's the subject? CLI test subject. Oh, sorry, it's copying, calling it that. That's the subject. And then it's calling the CLI, passing in the subject, and in this case we'll generate the to-do. Should get 0 as an exit code. And then it's going to read oh yeah, because this is stealing from the fix command, so which would fix the RB files. In our case, we're not going to fix it, but this is pretty close. Like, so I think I just got, whoops. I'll just accept it, and then I could just clean it up. Oh, why did you do that? Okay, there we go. And I think the other thing maybe we'll refactor is we'll get rid, this file is used quite a bit. That could probably be, and same with this. We could probably refactor some of that, but we'll do that after if we get around to it. So, okay, so let's just do we want to use one of these existing ones? Sure. Like, I don't. Auto. Sure, we'll just copy the subject. That's fine. Because even this running the CLI is done on the subject is run quite a bit. Well, sometimes it's not. Okay. I'll see what we can refactor after. Okay, so we can exit code. It should be 0. The one thing we want to check is that the generate to do file was created. Now, where's it going to create it though? How do you? So it's generate to do. By default, it's just going to create it in the root folder. Do I pass in? Because there should be like a to-do option too, I think, where you can pass in the I think that's how that works. CLI test. Do I just call this? Sure. Let's just call it to-do.yaml. .to-do.yaml, sure. Right, is that how that works? Let me let's go to the documentation here, because I don't remember how that works. Let's see, to do. So fix, generate to do. Oh, I thought you could pass in a... Maybe it's just not, nobody documented it, because I think that was added after. Is that me or someone else? So let's see, is this... I'm pretty sure this exists somewhere. Right, like you can pass in the to-do file here. Maybe you can't. Okay, let's go look at the runner. So we go look at the lib, the runners, the generate ignore one. Oh yeah, it just hard codes it in here. Oh, bad me. Okay. Well, I guess that's maybe another fix we could look at. Okay, so for now it's just going to generate a standard to do. There's nothing we could do about that. Okay. Oh, nothing like looking at your old code and on YouTube, nonetheless. I'm like, man, I should have done that. Well, I don't know. Just if I wanted to, I just could blame the person who reviewed my PR. It's their problem. Okay, so oh, it wants me to change that to an array of strings. Like, what would that? Oops. What does that look like? Oh. Let's just be consistent with everything else in the code base for now. Okay, so back here, we got our exit code, make sure it's 0, so that's fine. And then we want to actually just check. We want to see what our to-do file is compared to the other one, but I don't know. Assert file exists. So I don't know where it's going to create it. So let's see what happens when we just run this test. Reg test equals test standard. What test is CLI? Test RB. Oh, we might have to figure out how to run like one specific test here. Oh wow, there's a bunch of failures. Oh, did I really? Okay. Oops. Okay, something weird's going on here. Did I accidentally break something? Oh, okay. So it did add a dot standard. Where did it put it? Yeah, right at the root. Dang it, that's not where I want it. Oh yeah, look at all the exceptions it's added. Okay, that's what's breaking all the tests. How do I tell the unit test that this is my working folder? This is my root folder. All right, so this is mini test. Set working folder. Test environment. Well, this is for Rails. We're not running Rails, but set working folder. How to generate the load path. Oh yeah, maybe it's in. Okay, so if I look in test helper. Self.path is the current directory joined. Oh. Where is this called? Lint roller, new. I don't know what that means. What was the other one? Oh, just in the path that was set. So you can set the path. I wonder. Alright, so let's do this. Let's get rid of this thing before it screws everything up again. Can I just do path? Or like self. Well, I don't want. I just want this. Okay. There. Oh, getting a little annoying there. Maybe you're what's slowing me down, GitHub Copilot. So if I run this, let's see. That was an error, yeah. Path doesn't exist probably. Because it's in, oh, it's in mini test. Or in class unit test. Do I inherit? I should inherit from unit test, so don't I? Oh yeah, unit test. Did they add? Oh, but there is just a relative one. So maybe just path will work. Oh yeah, relative. Okay. Okay, didn't add standard. Yep. That's good. Okay, we still got a bunch of errors though. 4 failures. Did it? Oh, it did add a standard here. But dang it, I set the path here. Apparently it doesn't matter. Oh, it doesn't set the path, it just builds one for you. Oh, whoops. Okay. Still not what I want. Let's see. Mini test set. Maybe this is supposed. Oh, maybe this is why I didn't have the test in the first place, because I had trouble because it's running it from root. Is it is it rake? Like I don't want to change. I'm a little hesitant. Can I just change folders? Let's see. Change folder. Well, let's try. All right, so let's try this here. How do I change the working folder in Ruby mini test? Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so I can just change it for the block. So it doesn't depend on, yeah. But because I'm a dum-dum and I hard-coded the thing. So it doesn't, you can have to do this by using relative paths. Yeah. Okay, so let's try that. So we create that, and then we would go dir.change dir. Yes, like that. And then all of this can just live inside of it. Oh, we have a standard to do. Okay, go away. And then we can do assert file exists. Right, so we don't need, yeah, we wouldn't, because we're inside of all this. Okay, we do need, let's put that up there. So, yep, like that. And that file should, oh, I need a question mark. There we go. All right, we don't know what to do. Okay. All right, let's see, that fixed it. And then my worry though is if something happens and like, are we going to change the directory for everything? Oh, okay. So did one, just one failed. That's cool. So where did it fail? Line 75. Oh, the exit code wasn't 0. It was 1. I wonder where that was. Did it actually create? I guess I can't tell because it's going to run other tests. It's going to clean that. It's going to run this. So we should be inside this directory, so it shouldn't complain. I don't think. It didn't spit out any errors. It didn't print anything out. Command failed with status 1. So running. Let's try it with, I guess, trace. Oh, there we go. We got a big fat error there. Let's see. Command failed. Oh, is it because I'm not in the root anymore when I run this? Lib. Command failed with status 1. Really? Huh, it's not really telling me a lot. Oh, that's disappointing. So we just ran it like just nothing. Just would you still fail? Oh, do I have to pass something into new? Oh, sure. It's an empty array. Oh yeah, okay. So it doesn't, if I'm not in root and I'm trying to call that, it does not like it at all. Now did I do something like this in another? Run standard RB. Oh, what's happening here? So the original directory is this. Where are we currently? We're changing to this directory, which is here. Oh, plugins. And then I don't know what capture 2 does, but they're joining the directory with dot dot up exe. Oh, I don't know how that works at all. Okay. That's test fixture plugins project. Oh, join directory. So how do I call? Okay. So in Ruby, how do you call use a class that is in a parent folder? Like require? Like, is that what I'm missing? What's required at the top of this? Oh, test helper. Which, let's see. Oh. So it's loading all the libraries. Okay. But when I change the directory, that screws everything up. What if there's a different way to do this? So we're changing the directory to don't call it temp. Don't call it, that's funny. We're calling the builds config. Oh, and then we're saying it's 2 up. And then looks like checking everything's there. Huh. Alright, what is this? Is this doing something funny? Oh, require relative, builds config, loads runner. Maybe it's that's failing. Tests. Anyway, that's my guess about what's failing. Oh, okay, so maybe this is why I didn't add. Okay, so. Oh, do I even go so far as to right, so if I you can go over here. Alright, so if I go look back at this, generate, ignore, test. So these are the tests. Standard, runners, gen, ignore, test. This is unit test setup. Subject. So, oh, this is just setting up the runner. If I go look at the actual generate, ignore, let's see. Yeah, I guess we probably should have passed a file name or something here. That is super sad. So I could change the directory. What else? The set structure so it doesn't depend on current working directory. Relative paths. Well, I guess we could, well, one thing we could try is we could try creating this outside. CLI. And then we actually run it in here. I don't know if that'll fix it. I guess we'll find out. We don't need that trace. Let's just see if it'll blow up. Nope, fail. Why? Let's see. Yeah, probably the same problem. Oh, let's just double check that that's actually the problem. And we'll put require relative. Right, is that the number of dots I want to go? Because we're theoretically in temp here. We'll go up 1 to temp. Yeah, so we're in CLI tab. We're going to go up 1 to get us to temp, 2 will get us up to here. Yeah. Ugh, it's a bit of a gross hack. Let's see if that's actually the problem though. Oh, can I they'll require a relative? Probably can't go there. It's got to go inside this. Okay, let's see. No, looks like the same thing. Okay. What do we do? What do we do? Well, we've been at this for a while, so I think I'm going to stop this here. That was kind of an unfulfilling video. And I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to write this test. Oof. Well, if you have any suggestions, leave them, I guess email me, ask@SaturdayMP.com, or leave them in the comments. I'm sure other people, if you know what you're doing, you're probably like yelling at your monitor screen or at me right now. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's why. I saw that I tried to write a test for this. I got a commented out test in a previous pull request and I got rid of it. Maybe I ran into this problem. And then, yeah, maybe I need to... Oh, darn it. That's such a shame that I hard-coded that in there. Yeah, I'll have to... Oh, maybe that's a feature I need to add, is to make this dynamic. Oh, that's such a bummer. Because what's another way, I guess while I'm thinking about this, what's another way to test? But oh man, I thought for sure there was like... Generate to do. Right, but if I go look here, there's this option path to do. I have the option path config. Does that just not do anything? What's that? Resolve YAML. So it is looking for to do. Configuration file not found. Okay, well maybe when we come back next time, maybe that's what I will look at. Huh. That is interesting. Because this takes config, this takes to do, but I don't think it's documented anywhere. Like if we go exe just to help. Yeah, it's generate to do. They don't even talk about that you can change the config in here. Fix. Oh yeah, I guess that needs to be updated. Okay. Maybe that's something we can look at doing, because this will get us the correct path. So this resolve YAML option. What does that return us? I guess it's one of the downsides of, like, it's not a type strict language. Like, what is search argv return? Like, it's going to return nil unless config file equals. What the heck is config file? Oh, unless there's argv4. Okay, so it's looking. It's not really a config file. It could be a to-do file too. If it exists, expand it. If it doesn't exist. So I'd have to add something here that just... So you could generate it in a different spot. Yeah, otherwise it's going to raise an error. So I couldn't just use that as is to set the to-do file when I'm generating it. So I would have to use this logic, but don't do this. Just return the path. Path name new config file. Returns the absolute path. Okay. Oh, so that's just checking if the file exists. So we wouldn't want to check if the file exists because we'd want to write it. If we're... Yeah. Oh, such a pain. Okay. Or maybe there's something else. Maybe I don't have to generate it from the command line. Maybe there's another way I could load it. But this would be a nice... This would be such a nice system test. Like I'm testing it like a user, right from the command line almost. But how would I... Okay, well, it's been an hour. So I'll have to keep thinking about this. And like I said, if you have any questions or feedback or anything, let me know. And I can be reached at ask@SaturdayMP.com or leave something in the comments below. Yeah, but constructive criticism would be much appreciated. And hopefully in the next video I'll have thought of a good solution and we can go through that together. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a better day coding and don't get stuck like I did. And thanks for watching, and take care.